12 wins in a row, boys.
Mega.
Dominating. Love it. Good to see. Good race. Really enjoyed it. What do you guys think?
I liked it. I thought it was a good race, actually.
Yeah, it was.
I thought it was a really, really good race. Awesome to see Piastri smashing it, to be honest, but unfortunate about the
it was hard to
strategy.
watch. He seemed to not lose all the pace when he went to the hard tyres as well, and he was he got to about 25 seconds behind Lando by the end, so that was a little bit disappointing. But he did get dogged a bit by the boys.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
Still doing really well though.
Doing amazing, and the commentators still like they're not
giving him much.
Not giving him much.
They're like the Australian media. I just fucking
swear
don't like giving it to the Aussies.
I didn't get that, and that was one of the things that I was thinking throughout the race. If that was an English or a Spanish or an Italian driver, I reckon they'd be getting way more all over it. So
yeah, I don't know why that is.
what do we think of Ricciardo?
Well, I guess what you said, Daniel. It's
Tommy's crystal ball.
yeah.
Yeah,
Picked it.
what I say? It's 13th or something.
Don't act like you don't know.
Great.
It was amazing because you see the list of who's winning, who's coming second, the positions on the left hand side. And he was 18th and nowhere after his incident in the first corner. I think he's just going to finish second last, and then boom, pops up at.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, it was just sort of...
Kind of came out of nowhere.
He did 8 laps on the hard tyre, and then he was last, pitted, went 30 seconds behind James's boy, Sargent, and then popped up at 13th. So I don't really know how or what he did, but obviously he had some pace in the car, which is good.
And beat Yuki, yeah?
Yep.
He did, yeah.
And out-qualified him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was actually a really good qualifying performance.
And he could have even finished further up. He just didn't get tangled up with the two Alpine boys at the
It was
start,
all Guang Wang Zhou who bloody rear-ended him.
Yeah, he couldn't get off the line, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, he really bogged it down. He's a Maverick Vinales.
You don't actually see that much these days in F1. They're all pretty even starters.
Yeah.
So I don't know if the car went to anti-stall or what happened. So,
but no, great effort, honestly, from Ricciardo. It's good to see him back, and he was loved by everyone.
Loved waving, going out and practice waving all the photographers and stuff. It was cool to see.
Loving it.
Even Horner went up to him before the race and wished him well, which was cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. Special shout out as well to Jack Doohan winning the F2 feature race.
There you go.
So James's favourite F2. He gets around it every week.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's good for the sport.
Yeah, it is.
I watched like half the F2 race, actually.
Did you?
Yeah. But it does go for ages. So F3, for like Australian time, starts at...
6.
Is it 6? I thought it was earlier. I thought it was like
You're
5.
Right.
Because I was watching F2 at
F2
like
was at
6. So you're watching that...
You're right, though. It is a long race. It was a 37 lap race, the feature race for F2.
Yeah.
Which is an hour plus. Actually, probably nearly an hour and a half.
But so you're watching racing from like, just say 4 or 5 p.m.
Yeah.
All the way till
Midnight.
1.
Yeah.
1 a.m. That's a long time.
Yeah.
You know. But it is cool. I do like the F2s.
Mm.
It was great to see in Australia when they were here. It was the first time we've seen them.
Yeah, it was.
But yeah, really good for Jack Doohan.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Love Jack Doohan.
Yeah, I know obviously his old man's there.
Yeah.
He follows
every
him,
week.
I think, nearly every race.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very cool. It'd be good for him.
Well, yeah, which is cool for him as well.
I like it.
So a couple of things I took out of the race. Alfa Romeo looked really good. Don't know exactly if they had upgrades, but obviously the track suited their car. And even Brundle said on the commentary, they have in Hungary, there's a lot of similar corners. So if your car works well in one corner, it's going to work well around the whole track.
Yeah,
so,
that makes sense.
So yeah, I thought they went really well. And the other interesting part of the weekend was this new qualifying tyre trial they did. So Q1, Q2, Q3, different compounds, hard, medium, and soft. So that was interesting.
What do you think of that?
It was hard to say because it was so close. Between first and 20th was 0.8 of a second through the whole qualifying. I think Sargent's time got deleted on the last lap, so it ended up being 1.1 seconds behind. Short lap, yes, but still really close.
Yeah.
Really close. I didn't like it because I liked the fact where the head honchos all go out, do their lap, and they come into the pits. And then you might have a Williams or you might have an Alfa Romeo, you might have those sort of teams chucking on a set of softs to try to get through to Q2.
Yeah.
So it lost a bit of that, the interesting part, but it was a really, the grid was really, like, you looked at Russell finishing 18th and qualifying, like it was all jumbled up. So
it's probably good. You make a good point with that as well. If it is just, they can just run their own tires, then, Verstappen can go out in Q1, punch out a lap straight in the pits, but it gives you guys like the Williams or Alfa Romeos, whoever, TV coverage time, which is what they probably need. Going into Q1,
that's a great
Q2,
point.
Q2 and all that. But for sponsors, and if they're obviously, you've got Verstappen that's still out there, they're going to get all the coverage.
Yeah, that's
right. All the big dogs. Lost. Yeah. So if you're Logan Sargent, that actually no one really knows about, then they're going to be forgotten.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, it's just going back to the race. So just obviously results. Verstappen first, but over a 30-second winning margin in the end. So it was absolute domination.
Well, you go.
Lando Norris second. Great result for him, starting fourth on the grid. And then Perez, he was a demon out there.
It was good to see him back.
Great to see him back. He flicked a switch.
Yeah.
And then Hamilton fourth, off pole, terrible. Well, not a bad start, just got eaten up. And then our boy Piastri fifth. Yeah. So,
which is still a great effort from Oscar Piastri.
Amazing effort. Yeah. It's just that little bit of, he finished 30 seconds behind Norris. So
yeah.
But, anything could have happened.
That's right.
So
I think everyone was wanting Hamilton or someone just to at least take it to Max for a little bit, and then he just went through like the first corner and was gone.
That was it.
I didn't want to see that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have. It wouldn't have been fun.
Nah, but they're just so much better than everyone else. But it's interesting. What's come out today is Red Bull switching their efforts to now the 2024 car.
Yeah, okay.
Because they've got significant less time in the wind tunnel because how good their car is.
Yeah.
So they're doing that now as a performance base. So if your car is this good, you're going to get less time in the wind tunnel. So it's going to bring all the pack together.
I don't mind that.
Yeah.
I think that's a good idea.
Well, I remember Martin Brundle was saying, I think Singapore is the earliest he can actually take out the championship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I don't know how many rounds is that from here.
Man, there was 11 laps left last night. The commentators like, oh yeah, he's Max notching up his 12th win. Like it was still 12 laps left in the race, and it's like it's just the car's so reliable.
Yeah,
he's so reliable.
He's just on another planet at the moment, isn't he?
Yeah, and obviously they did gear their car around the race rather than quali.
Right.
Yes,
and it was only like a bee's dick off pole anyway. Really.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
not like he was starting 10th like the year before. Talking about reliability, you can always rely on Ferrari to stuff up some more pit stops.
They've got new code words now. They're saying Sierra for their engine mapping performance. I mean, seriously,
they're watching too much Top Gun or something.
Just the Italians.
They
just can't handle. Man. They just can't handle the heat.
He just cops it for.
No, it's not just risk. It's just the whole nation. It's.
I'm not apologising.
That's why they have a 2-hour siesta at lunchtime. They just have to cool down and they can't make quick
they're going to decompress.
Yeah, it's just I've never seen anything like it.
But even their whole strategy was just backwards. I think over the weekend, over the race,
standard.
It is standard practice, but
even little things like Sainz had the soft tyre, came up to the back of Leclerc, and then they should have said move over, let him go and attack Hamilton, and they go no. Then they start. And then they both lost heaps of time. Like, it was just so stupid. If that was Mercedes, boom, out of the way, go.
Again, back to Germans.
German, robotic.
Yeah. Emotionless,
yeah. Go, and could go on from there. What's that video set with the week with the video?
Yeah. We'll leave that one just in the group chat.
Come on, the people want to know.
Yeah, they can figure it out themselves.
Okay, fantastic.
But you can't get off the racing line either because you almost need to be let through because then you just pick up all the marbles and then
that's right,
lose traction and away you go.
Is Formula One doing too much for this zero emission sustainability stuff? Do the real fans care about this stuff?
I think the new fans do because they're a little bit more, younger generation.
So is this the Netflix fans coming through?
Netflix fans, so they're in, the whole inner city, bit more greeny type.
Yeah.
So,
because that's what
as a business, I reckon they feel like they have to cater for that because that's their new fan base.
Yeah.
Which I still, like in percentage terms, I don't know how many that is. If that's
it's interesting that new tire trial they're doing is for sustainability, because then they can take 11 less sets a weekend.
Yeah.
Over the course of a whole year, it's a lot of tires. So
it's a good point you make. And then they were talking about, you would probably know a bit about this in Europe, and by 2030 you can only buy electric cars is what they're aiming for. But I don't know how. I
don't think that surely can't work.
Yeah. Did you see Vettel in the McLaren?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
It was run on fully sustainable fuel. Like it was a. So they converted. I don't know if they converted the engine, what they did, but they put fully synthetic fuel in the car to run it.
Okay.
I see that as a future.
Yeah. Okay.
Because you still get the engine sound.
Yeah.
But you're not obviously using.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
And I think everyone would agree on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Making a synthetic fuel that runs in cars rather than an oil-based fuel, obviously. But anyway.
Was it Porsche that were working on something like that? I think we touched on it a while ago.
Yeah. I think so.
So if they're working on something
and again,
like that,
this is motor racing at its pinnacle, Le Mans, and also, World Endurance Championships and F1.
Yeah.
You'll see these things in their cars first, and then you'll see them come down to road cars.
Yeah,
Similar to bikes as well.
It's same thing
the
with
winglets, the ECUs, all sorts of stuff.
Yeah. I guess what we could say in Motorsport Republica is we are saving the world and fixing all of their problems.
But it's interesting now seeing like car manufacturers like Ford coming into the sport.
Yeah.
To then learn more about
sustainable
fuels and all that gets them to go into their road cars, because that's what Fords have done.
Yeah.
With coming to Red Bull, they go, we want to turn our business into a business that runs on these really fuel efficient hybrid cars.
And I think eventually we will go fully into either hybrids or electric. I reckon that's still inevitable, to be honest.
No,
I reckon that's where we.
I sell electric cars.
I
sell electric cars, and it's not the answer, because first of all, it still takes a lot of energy to build those batteries.
Well, yeah, if you want it to work, you need to have like the batteries down pat, charging, you know, and then driving, 800 Ks. You can do that in a single tank.
Yeah,
like just a Commodore.
Yeah,
let alone but electric. They're still so far behind.
But how are you going to go through, say for the example, through the middle of Australia in an electric four drive? Where are they going to put a fucking charging station?
No,
you can't.
Yeah.
Well, there's no electricity out there.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah.
There's no fuel stations out there to bring your own fuel.
Well, the only thing they can do is solar. So convert solar into electric power.
Yeah.
But that's a story for our electronic sustainability Republican podcast.
That's for our engineering pod.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, true.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I don't know. That's way too far out of my realm of my brain can't handle most things, let alone that.
Yeah. So, what have we got happening in the world of MotoGP at the moment?
Well, just came out. Crash.net reported that LCR has... KTM. Let me rephrase that. KTM.
Do you want me to finish this way, or?
KTM has approached LCR, Lucio Cecchinello Racing.
Oh, this is just
for 2024. Yeah, there it is there. And Lucio Cecchinello has said that he's basically said no to that and wants to stay with Honda.
Yeah.
But how much do you believe of that, Daniel?
You got to believe it on face value.
Yeah, you'd have to.
Yeah.
Look, I can't imagine a world where LCR isn't a Honda. Honda's been around for years.
Years.
Like
Casey Stoner fucking.
Yeah, it'd make no sense. Like, obviously from a business standpoint, yes, 1,000,000% go to KTM. But I think, definitely next year, if he's come out and said that they'll stay, then they've got a contract. But beyond that, I think you can definitely see it change up, whether it be a KTM or another Aprilia, or if another manufacturer wants to come in.
Yeah, well, there's two schools of thought with it for me. Like, I would love to see Marquez and Acosta race for him on a KTM, but then it's bad for the sport if there's only two Hondas and then there's only two Yamahas.
Yeah, that's terrible for the sport. And who would have ever thought that you're only ever going to have two Hondas and two Yamahas if that were to play out?
Yeah,
and then you'll have 6 KTMs and 8 Ducatis.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. It's too. The balance isn't there.
No, it's not. And then realistically, you wouldn't have a great rider on the Repsol if you think about it, with teams trying to do this and poach other riders. And when have we ever seen Repsol have 2 bad riders, let alone 1? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it would just never happen.
Well, yeah, as you're saying that, Juan Mir's apparently looking to go to Cressini. He's in talks with Cressini and Ducati.
Yep.
One of the Repsol riders is.
And with that, as you said, and I touched on that, yeah, when would you ever see a Repsol Honda rider trying to go to a satellite team? Like, it's never happened.
No.
That's how much of a shambles they're in.
It's crazy. I can't believe it. I mean, if that happens too, that just shakes up the whole grid. Like, then you pose the question, all right, does it give Morbidelli a lifeline at factory Honda?
Yeah.
In that, you know what I mean? He was sort of meant to go there, and it's like, all right, well, where does Tony Arbolino go now? Where does this person go? So if Mir goes there, then it shakes it up a lot. So
Massively.
It'd be good to see from that standpoint of silly season, and there's just more rumours, and it's obviously better for us.
Yeah.
There's more of speculation and more shit we can spin and sort of think about who's going to go where. But yeah, I don't know. And just on that too, congratulations to him and his wife on the arrival of their son.
Yeah, I did see that. That's
what
cool.
about Alex Rins getting married in the wheelchair?
Did you see that?
How funny did that look?
Funny count.
God, it looked funny.
And then Luca Marini as well. Congratulations to him on his
Yeah,
wedding.
Yeah,
true.
there was big off season.
So
And it's still like a week left, MotoGP.
Man,
I
it
feel
feels
like
like a
it's
long
been
time.
forever.
It's because Kazakhstan got cancelled, obviously.
Yeah, Warzone.
not very nice.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, it's
I know. So we're almost there to Silverstone, but yeah, there's a lot happening at MotoGP level.
I'm
so.
excited for Silverstone
Yeah, same.
this year.
I think Lekawona's going to be back. Actually, just on MotoGP, some trade rumours and that. There's talks of him coming back into the MotoGP paddock.
Where
Okay.
though? Where?
Well, maybe Repsol Honda.
Taking Mir's spot.
Oh yeah, you could see that happening. Yeah,
Because he only had 1 year on the KTM. He had some okay finishes towards the end of the year.
I remember him actually going really well in a race, like top 10 in the Repsol, and then crashed.
Yeah, I think it might have been Jerez. I think he
Yeah,
ran off and then
That's
he
what I was
rejoined.
thinking.
Yes, because I remember thinking, oh, he was up there, because we were having this argument about how terrible the Honda is, and I was saying how terrible Marquez is, but you're saying it's only the bike, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, fucking, Higa's up there in 8th or whatever he was.
Yeah, I think.
And then he crashed, so my point was not valid.
Was it crash or mechanical?
It was a mechanical.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it'll be cool to see him back in the paddock, and then obviously it'll shake things up in Tom's favourite code, World Superbikes.
Yippee!
Riveting.
Oh, that's so funny.
No, I mean, yeah, Superbikes, just, yeah. It's like,
It's not for everyone.
yeah, it's like watching the VFL. You watch the AFL, you know?
That's a fair way to put it, actually.
Yeah.
No one watches VFL.
But Iker Lecuona to Repsol, okay, yeah, that's great for him, but that's not what a Repsol Honda rider actually is.
No,
it's 2
God,
world
no.
champions.
Of
You know,
course.
everyone that's been on Repsol, bar Danny Pedrosa, in the past, man, how many years? Past 20 plus years.
Since they've started,
Yeah, there's been the world champions on that bike.
they've always had at least one.
Yeah, Alex Crivier, Doohan, Rossi, Hayden. Then it was just Pedrosa, who was one of the aliens. Then it was Casey Stoner.
Yep.
Then reign of Marc Marquez, and then Juan Mir, Lorenzo,
Lorenzo. Look, take
and
enough.
Paul Espargaro was probably the only other asterisks and all that.
But really, when you look at it,
Dovey.
they were all
on the
still
third bike.
lower class champions though.
They
so
were.
I think that's where
They were.
Repsol get there. All right, they are esteemed riders. They're not,
Yeah,
bottom feeders.
that's right.
So
And no hate to Iker Lecuona, but I don't think he's in the category of those.
But who's going
boys.
to go
No,
there, though,
definitely
Jim?
not.
Well, that's
Yeah.
been my point for the past 2
Yeah,
months.
no one wants to go there.
No, because the bike's shocking.
yeah,
It's a buck
who
of the
knows?
pass.
We might find someone from Moto2 comes up straight into that seat.
Well, why wouldn't you take it though? If you're
I
like
would.
running 10th in Moto 2 and you Repsol Honda contracts in front of you,
Well, it opens up a spot for someone, say like Aaron Canet.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
Spanish ties. That's a fucking great. That's a great point. That's a Tommy Crystal Ball call right there.
Oh, I don't
What's
know
Tommy
about
Crystal Ball? What are you talking about?
Aaron Canet, Repsol Honda.
Get your mind in the fucking game, mate.
Look,
I think you're opening a segment. That's right.
it's a long shot, but it's something that could definitely be.
Yeah, or something along those lines, though.
Jake Dixon
Yeah.
could have a look in, like
Yeah.
any of these guys. Aguro if Nakagami stays on, which I doubt, but
Get the fuck out of here. Giro, fucking worst crash I've ever seen. Clip that in, Curtis.
We've already clipped it, I think.
Have we?
Yeah.
Oh, clip it in again.
He'll have it on file,
yeah.
so easy for him.
How to throw away a title.
Yeah.
Fucking terrible. Terrible.
yeah, it was shocking. But yeah, that's about it at the moment on GP front anyway.
Yeah, there's nothing else. But it is still like trade rumors. Like Rins are still linked to Yamaha.
Yeah, I think
Been over
that moves.
I think
definitely.
that's done.
Yeah.
To be honest.
I think they're waiting to announce that. To be honest.
And then everything else is really locked in. You got the LCR situation, which who knows what's going to happen there. Fuck, that's really it.
Bastianini's come out and said he's going to be back this next round at Silverstone. So he's like put a warning out
Like
to
fully fit.
Yeah.
Oh, back
Yeah.
is in back.
Yeah.
Back. Yeah.
Excuse me. So yeah, he's put the warning out to the rivals.
Good.
So it should be interesting.
Well, that's
Yeah.
going to add another, cookie in the jar, as you say. As
That's like a Sicilian, old Sicilian.
cookie in the jar there.
You're gonna add yeah.
Because it's just going to add another dynamic to the race, which is actually the word I was looking for. Because we know how talented he is, and that rivalry in that Ducati camp is going to be really interesting.
Well, it was really bubbling for a bit, and then Bastianini crashed and broke his shoulder, whatever it was, in the first round.
Bubbling last year, wasn't it?
And through
It
the
was.
off season.
Yeah.
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 And that was really the rivalry. One or two Italians.
That's it.
But they are good mates, aren't they?
Not really.
Nah.
Yeah.
Because he's not in the VR46 Academy. Is that right? Bastianini.
No, he's not.
And why is that, you reckon?
I think at the time, and someone in the comments correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's because he had a Red Bull sponsorship. It could have been. Maybe he didn't get approached. Who knows? But I know at one stage that was why a couple of the boys weren't there.
But how do you... So does Rossi personally come and approach you and say, I want you in the academy when you're in Moto 3, Moto 2? Is that
I
how
would
it works?
assume so. He'd be looking through the European ranks and the Italian
Only
ranks.
Italians, yeah?
I believe so.
Yeah.
But he has a lot of guys come to the ranch through the different categories
Yeah.
and they race and train. And
So has he got him... Is it a contract? Is it a... Like, what makes you a VR46 Academy rider?
It is. I think there's a contract for
Okay.
it. Yeah.
And you have to then wear their clothing...
So they're all sponsored by Monster Energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all wearing or doing a lot of promo work, especially Pizzecchi and Marini with Fila
Oh, yeah.
because that's a title sponsor.
So it's like a team within different teams, isn't
Yeah.
it? Interesting. Is there any other... There's nothing really else like that in motor racing, is there?
Keenan Sofoglu, ex-Supersport. You're not going to like this.
Yeah, I know.
Ex-Supersport champion. He's got a camp like that.
Little bowls club or something, does
Yeah,
he?
little bowls club, yeah.
Well, what's his name used to do it as well? Colin Edwards used to have that
Edwards
Texas
has got-
Tornado Ranch thing.
I think he still does.
But has he
Yeah.
got... They got actually a business with contracts and stuff. Like,
I think Sofoglu does. All of his boys are Red Bull backed.
okay. Interesting.
So like Top Rack, Ken on Shoe, Dennis on Shoe, all those guys. Batan Sofoglu.
Man, when's Dennis on Chu going to come back into the realm?
Oh, I know,
of sport?
man.
That race in Jerez when he won on debut was just... Oh, not Jerez. Fucking Valencia, sorry.
Was that Can on Chew or Dennis on Chew?
Dennis.
No, Dennis on Shoe just took his first win.
Nah.
Sorry, Can on
Can
Chu.
on
Sorry,
Chew is the one he
Getting-
won on debut.
Yeah, sorry,
Yeah.
Can on Chu. When's he coming back? He's in Super Sports.
He's in
Yeah.
Super Sports. He's injured at the moment. He's only a little fellow. I met him this
Oh,
year.
really?
He's tiny.
Yeah,
But
fuck.
done nothing. Like,
Yeah, he won his first race, I think, last year or at the start of this year.
because remember we saw him in Moto 3 when
Yeah.
he debuted. We're like, this kid's going to be the next big thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
But obviously, just is so used to that track.
I don't
Like
know.
Valencia or something like.
I don't know.
Did
Yeah.
he have a contract the following year in Moto 3?
I think so. Yeah, I just don't
but
think he
didn't
did much.
Did much.
Yeah.
But he was on the KTM, wasn't he?
It's a good bike.
Yeah,
Bike
great
to be
bike.
on.
But he wasn't on the KTM when he had the.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, it's crazy. That was
It's funny how it works.
Was that 2019?
I reckon it was pre-COVID.
Pre-COVID. Yeah.
Even 2018.
Could have been.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
But yeah, he'll be back soon.
Well, it's interesting talking about those camps, like the VR46 stuff. You know, Romano Fenati had he was the man in that VR46.
Yeah, he was.
Academy, and he was it. Like, he remember was battling with Jack Miller. Like, he was ready to win titles, and then he got in his own head and it fell apart, didn't it?
Yeah, it was 2018.
Yeah, there you go.
But there's been a few of those boys. I know, like through Rossi's camp, even Baldassari was one.
Lorenzo Baldassari was one.
You know, did nothing.
I know. I guess Fenati is the main one because of, I guess, the controversy. He's been a massive hothead.
Yeah.
You know, I think he was real shitty to his team. I heard he was no good to his team.
Who is this?
Romano Fenati.
Yeah.
And then obviously he had the brake lever.
But he is a cockhead though, isn't he?
Well, after grabbing someone's brake lever.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, man. That's so fucking crazy.
I still can't believe it.
James, how does that happen? So he comes in Valencia, wins.
Yeah.
Okay, wins. Comes and is on the same bike the following year and does fuck all.
Do you have his results there?
Yeah. He finished first in Valencia. And got 25 points.
Yeah.
Okay. The following season, the whole season, 8 points.
No shit.
18th, 26 retired, 18th, 16th, 18th retired, 16th, 14th, 14th retired, 24th.
And that was it?
And then injured, 18th, 16th, 20th, and he finished 12th in Valencia when he won the year before. How does that happen?
I don't know. That's crazy.
That doesn't make sense.
And then I think he only had a year in Moto3, and that was it.
Yeah, and then he went to Supersport.
During COVID.
How does that happen?
Yeah, that's a great point.
And
don't think I've really seen. That's probably the biggest fall from grace.
Oh, so he won it. He won in where the fuck did he win?
Valencia.
No, he won in Indonesia in Supersport a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I thought it was his
Lombok.
Yeah.
He finished third in the championship last year. Yeah, I mean,
he obviously still rides.
Supersport. What is that? Just don't get it.
That bike's obviously
could he get a seat in Moto 2, Moto 3?
Nah.
No. How similar is a Supersport bike to like a Moto 2 bike?
Fuck.
No, it's so different.
Man.
Moto 2's 3-cylinder Triumph.
Yeah.
Supersport's four-cylinder.
Are they like stock bikes or what are they?
Like R6s, ZX6.
And are they got like
they'll have suspension works and shit.
They have suspension work. I think you can have a bit of like swing arm work and electronics work and a tiny bit of engine and like clutch and all that kind of upgrade.
And what are they? So 600s are they?
Yeah, so they're all the Kawasaki and the Yamaha are 600. The Triumph is a 765. The Ducati is a V2 Panigale, which is run I think 959 or 955. And they just drop, I think, the revs or something.
Yeah, they dumb it down.
They dumb it down.
Yeah.
And then there's the MV Agusta as well, which is, I think, 800 3-cylinder. So,
yeah.
There's a few different bikes, but same as in super bikes with the Ducati, they drop the revs. Otherwise, it's too big for the class.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I don't know. Superbikes is a funny one.
Yeah.
I feel like it has dropped off. I think the racing's still there, kinda, besides Bautista. But
there's definitely some good riders in the field.
It's probably the most stacked it's been in a long time, really. But I feel like it just doesn't get the viewership like it maybe should. Like you look at the crowds at Superbikes. There's nothing. It's nothing great.
No, but you look at early thousands, mid thousands Superbike crowds were monstrous. But look at the caliber of riders you got as well. Yeah, Colin Edwards.
It's the riders that
Hodgson.
Off Carl Fogarty's era as well.
Yeah, you had a lot of
So where's Superbikes this weekend?
Czech Republic at Most, however
you want
to pronounce it.
Never fucking heard of that.
Yeah. It's a bit of a technical one, but
I've never heard of that one either.
Which part of the Czech Republic is it?
We wouldn't have a clue.
Oh, okay.
But I would recommend if you guys actually kind of get around it, this one would be the one.
Most. I've never heard of Most.
It's a good track. It's very technical.
How have I never heard of that? I don't know.
I think it's a fairly recent addition to the track, but to the calendar. Sorry, not to the track. But it would be a good race. I mean, typical Bautista, I think.
Probably. It's fucking standard, isn't it?
Standard things.
Is your boy going to win the Super Sport race as well, like he has been?
Bulagar. I don't reckon, actually. I reckon this will suit Manzi and a couple of the other boys that are not on Ducati there. So you might find
more of a tight, twisty track, is it?
Yeah. So you might find they'll do a lot better. The Kawasaki's might be okay as well. So, excuse me.
Mad.
Yeah, be an interesting round.
Yeah.
We'll touch base on it next week. Well, I will anyway.
So, throwback time.
Yes,
Daniel.
my turn.
Yeah.
Sticking with the motorcycle theme, I've gone to the 2008 Australian GP. So,
Oh, yeah. Perfect. Phillip Island, obviously.
Phillip Island, yep. So that was the first time for me at a MotoGP, boys, when I was 11 years old.
We'll clip that. We'll clip the photo in with Simoncelli.
Yeah, so it was really cool. I got to meet Marco Simoncelli, sorry, at Pino's restaurant on the Saturday night.
Yeah, nice.
Before he won the race.
Institution Pinos.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Great place. If you're in Phillip Island, get down there.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was cool.
Rosa and the gang.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Fans of the podcast, I heard.
Yeah, allegedly.
But he was super nice. I think it was his manager or someone was like, no, you can't get a photo. And he basically said, no, piss off. I'm taking a photo with the kid. Like,
Yeah.
So yeah, he was really, really nice. And rest in peace.
Yeah,
He's
100%.
an absolute legend. But yeah, went up on the back of the bike with my old man and remember the race clear as day. So Stoner smashing it by quite a bit of time. Had a good fight. Yeah, had a good fight with Nicky Hayden for the first little bit, actually. I think Hayden put it on pole, I believe. Or no, sorry, Casey Stoner did. But yeah, Hayden fought with him for the first number of laps, and Rossi started 12th that year. Carved his way back through and finished second with 2 laps to go. I think he overtook Hayden for that spot. But yeah, obviously Stoner way too strong, and then just sort of started and continued his Phillip Island dominance.
Yeah, it's interesting. So I think it was probably our first race together at Phillip Island as well, looking back at it. 2008.
2008, I reckon it was. Yeah.
I have a really interesting memory of that race. Casey Stoner leading, and I think he was leading in the last, obviously a few laps by a decent amount of seconds.
Yeah.
And then his teammate, Melandri, who was like dismally 20 or 30 seconds after last place.
Shocking.
And I remember, because I was a big Formula One fan, always have been, wasn't as so much into bikes. And I remember asking you, saying, how does that happen? They're on the same bike.
Yeah.
Why is one leading the race and one is so far back? Because it doesn't happen in F1.
Yeah, that's right.
And it just shows how suited that man Stoner was to that bike.
Oh, for sure.
Well, they built that bike around him, I guess.
Yeah, no one else could ride it. And Melandri, credit to him, he was a great rider, but really couldn't hack it on that chicane. I don't think he really did a lot on it.
What's that? So we've got it up on the screen. Oh, so he finished a minute 11 behind Stoner. Look at that.
That's shocking.
He nearly got lapped.
Yeah, shit.
He was about 10 seconds, 15 seconds away from getting lapped.
He started 17th.
Yeah. Out of
That's
18
cool.
runners.
Yep. That's terrible.
Crazy. It's a memory that I had of that race.
Yeah.
Which was interesting.
No, that was a cool weekend. I actually got Alvaro Bautista to sign a pair of these fake Oakleys my mate bought me back from Bali. And if I can find a photo, I'll get Curtis to clip it in. But he was like looking real weird. He's like, what? And he just signed them. It was pretty cool. And then I got a set of gloves here that Doohan signed as well, which was...
So these are from...
so
2008?
They're from 2008.
That's cool.
I wore them to Phillip Island and home.
Oh, cool.
And they were the only thing I had on me at the time. I didn't have like a
hat or something.
A hat or a... Yeah. Oh, I think I did actually, a Thor hat.
James got poo-pooed from doing that weekend. Tried to get a signature off him. He said no. Remember that?
No, I reckon it was a year or two before. I reckon I was like real young.
Yeah, and he goes, sign this for me. And he's like, I'm too busy, mate. And walks off.
No, he
snubbed.
No,
he did.
He did snub me, but he was like, I must have been really young, but I had like the permanent marker, but I had the lid on, and he's like, yes. Oh, I'll sign it if your lid wasn't off. And I was just like, if your lid was off, I was like, fuck. Like in front of everyone as well.
Yeah.
It made me feel like shit.
Oh, that's
It actually dented his confidence for years after.
Yeah.
But we're right now.
Yeah, this podcast has finally brought it up 20 years ago, 20 years later.
He's going to start twitching about it.
It might have been a couple of years after. We were in the back of the pits.
I was with my dad bar, I remember.
Yeah, I was with you.
I don't know, because I remember I was young. And at 2008, we were like 13, 14. There's a photo of us, Tom with his flowing mullet back then.
Well,
his
then,
Kawasaki hat.
then it definitely wasn't our first race together. 'Cause
Yeah,
I was with you then.
We
yeah.
must have gone before.
Yeah. Well, 2007 Stoner won as well, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kicked off his Phillip Island dominance. So, but yeah, I thought that was an easy one for me to do a throwback on. And
Yeah, it's a good one.
I remember seeing a lot of cool bikes in cows and clearly remember this old MV Augusta America when Shannon's used to have all the old bikes out on display in the paddock at Phillip Island there.
Oh god, I'm giving me goosebumps thinking about it.
This guy just cranked it over, and the sound that came out of this thing, and I was just, as a young kid, freaking out. I was like, man, this bike's ancient.
I know.
And the sound it made, it just...
Less than 3 months we're away. We're going to be down there.
So good.
People say as well, like even the commentators say it's one of the best Grand Prix to go to because it's it's obviously on an island. It's
How's that vibe in Main Street though?
Man,
like nothing beats
it.
it.
The best.
Nothing beats it.
It is the fucking best.
Oh,
And we
God, I'm
go like
excited.
down on a Wednesday, Thursday, get on the piss.
Yeah, we're absolutely fucked by the.
By Sunday night we are cooked.
But we're working this year down there, mate. We're going to be up and about. Still, going to get absolutely plastered.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be a real problem. The pub. Oh, it's fucking big nights. Oh, funny thing I wanted to mention for this. There's nothing more intimidating in life than trying to take a piss at the local pub down there.
Yeah.
And it's just like these big burly blokes looking at you. Like,
one of them grabbed my dick last year when I was pissing.
That's fucking chicken.
Good size, mate.
I can't handle that.
But you know what though? And this is a shout out, bad shout out. The hotel at Phillip Island used to be fucking mint.
Yeah,
and they've fucked it the last 2 years.
It's been shit house.
Yeah, it's been so shit, and it used to be the absolute place to go. DJ live music used to pop, and they've been crap last.
Yeah, no live music down the bottom, which was terrible.
That's annoying.
We actually spent more time outside where they have the
did.
live music in the main street. Like that's, I think we're at that next age bracket now.
Maybe.
And then the pub further down. So
yeah.
But yeah, disappointing. We had some stories in that place.
Man, it's been some big
The first time we went to that pub, when we were together, we went down together. We went out. We were walking through. We thought we were fucking kings of dicks back then. And we walked in there. We're having Jaeger shots. Some girl from the Jägermeister business.
Yeah.
She put little Jägermeister cups on our... Like little things with
lanyards.
Yeah, we're like, come at me. Like, what? Like, this is the best weekend ever.
Yeah, we got photos of that. And we were drinking VB Stubbies the whole night.
Yeah, we've never drank BB Stubbies in our life.
God, the next morning I had the worst headache. And Tom's walking up the main street of cows, doesn't break stride, just goes.
I tell you this. I said, Jimmy, just fucking as I was walking. It was crazy.
That's
things get a bit loose on the podcast second half, don't they? We loosen up a little bit.
Well, hopefully we'll have a couple of good stories after this year's Phillip
definitely.
Island.
Yeah, 100%. Fuck yeah.
It's gonna be it's a real problem. And it's a bit controversial for us. We love racing, but our plan is always, we get down. Well, obviously go to track Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but normally it's like Friday we'll go in pits, do whatever we want, walk around the track. But once MotoGP free practice is done, we normally dart home.
We yeet out of there.
we yeet out of there, and then it's just beers.
Yeah, right.
Cheese board.
Chipping in the backyard.
Chipping in the backyard. Yeah, golf chipping. Beers.
But
music. Get the music going.
Saturday, there's going to be a sprint race.
Yeah, sprint race actually changes it up.
So we're going to have to...
We'll be fucking stuck or something.
So we'll be watching the sprint race from the TV. We probably will be, to be honest. No, we won't. We will see how we go.
Live pod it.
It's a very, very quick... We could do a what did you mention the other day?
A watch party.
Watch party for the sprint race.
Yeah, true.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. But it is good. Like, Tom and I hate rushing. So, like, we like just doing our own shit.
Yeah.
We've got it fucking down pat, Phillip Island. I've gone for so many years in a row.
Because we used to get home. We used to get home and then bang. James's dad used to get on the blower and be like, "Yep, come on, we're going out for dinner." We're like, "Fuck, we just sat down."
Yeah.
So then we get there early.
Yeah.
You'll experience all this.
Yeah, you'll experience
I'm keen.
It's normally like 3 o'clock, I reckon. Around 3 we get back. It's
Bro,
pretty
one
early.
year I think we got back at like 1:30.
Yeah, because it fucking rained. It was fucking pissing down sideways.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, just food. Eat.
But this year the parking's gonna be so much better. Hopefully it's not fucking as raining.
Yeah, the last few years it has been pissing down.
Yeah.
And it's
shocking last year.
It is good.
Terrible.
shout out to Pino's, but it's a fucking institution. We go there every year. Remember last year?
And Wing Ho.
And Wing Ho's.
Wing Ho Chinese.
It is.
Main Street.
There's a funny story about Wing Ho's. Let me just give a shout out to Pino's, because it's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
It's the
Yeah,
best place ever.
joint.
We were supposed to go, like, Pino's only like 1-2 nights last year. We went like 4 or 5 nights.
No,
in a
I think
row.
we went every single night apart from the Sunday night.
But for Wing Ho's.
Yeah, we went for 5 nights in a row. Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night.
Unreal.
4 nights. And I think we ordered the same thing. We sat to next awesome people. We met so many people. I remember the first night we went in there, the staff was so excited to see everyone. They're like, "Oh, you part of the team?" You're all full geared up and stuff. We're like, nah, we're just here to like take in the scenery.
Oh man, you are better blokes than me. I would have been like, yeah, I'm part of the team.
Yeah, you look more like a fucking...
You could have been like, yeah.
Boppity boopy.
Bobbity boopy. But yeah, shout out to Pino's. Rocks down there.
So you guys
something about it, the affogato, the
fuck.
like
and
everything.
And they got like the Rossi memorabilia,
Yeah.
like Caparossi suits and shit.
And then
hanging
we get
up.
there early and it starts like building up. Oh, take me
fuck,
back.
that's good. And you see the riders. Remember Thursday night we saw Paul Spargo.
Yep.
We saw fucking all these different riders
Yeah.
eating of their teams.
Yeah.
Vinales, all that. It was fucking dope.
It was dope.
So
It's
do you
cool.
guys just walk in and go, yeah, just the usual thanks?
We sat at the same table 3 nights in a row, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Fuck, we get drunk in that joint though. And like with the guys we go with, like my dad and his mates, man, it's everyone's just talking shit so loud.
Oh
It's-
yeah, and there's like so much banter.
Yeah, there's a lot of banter going on.
Tommy, what are you doing, Tommy?
It's good. It's such good fun.
And as we get older, the banter gets back at them more.
Yeah,
So
we
it
used to
was-
be like so dweeby.
Yeah, it
back
was
in the
like
day.
they used to like go, oh yeah, it's, come on, little kids or whatever, and then like we started giving it back to them.
Yeah, nice. As you want it
And
to be.
then yeah, it's hilarious. Fuck. Oh god, can't take a smile off my face.
Can't come
Anyway,
quick
we
enough.
just spoken 10 minutes about Phillip Island, yeah.
This guy, last one, this guy walks into Wing Ho's, a Chinese restaurant, and he was obsessed with a $1 can of Coronas he bought from fucking Costco or something. And it wasn't BYO, and he brings in a slab of can of Coronas.
Like no.
And he's like, he shoots them off like that. You can wait
I said, oh nah, be right, don't worry.
He slams it down in the middle of the fucking counter. They're warm. Like, I wasn't even in the fridge.
Oh, yuck.
He's like, I'll be like eating something like $15. He's like, that's 15 Coronas.
They were $1 each special I
$1,
got.
fuck.
That's value, as I say.
Man. I remember them sitting on the table, he's cracked over at 7 hours eating bloody sweet and sour pork and shit.
It's you feel like shit after that weekend, though. Fuck the shit you eat. The
I think it's the
cheese.
Chinese that fucks you on the Sunday night.
Can I take an order, please?
Yeah. Bro,
flaming
last year we
yellow
did it well
chicken.
though. We had like fucking tablets for headaches, tablets for being hungover.
Bay juice.
Bay juice. We had, and we like, yeah.
Because when we'll go when I was like 18, like first can drive, drink.
Yeah.
And you'd wake up the next morning, bang. I was up at like 6:30 in the morning, like, let's fucking go.
Yeah.
Go on the
feeling
track.
fresh.
James was
Yeah.
fucked. I couldn't believe it. You were unbelievable back in the day.
But now, like, every year, it's a little bit longer
Like-
to sleep in. Yeah, it's getting a bit rougher.
That's
Man, you
brilliant.
used to get up and be like all ready, showered,
Oh,
changed,
yeah.
ready to go. And I was like, James, for fuck's sake. Like, it was like 8 a.m. and I was like, so over.
And you can
Like,
fucking hear the bikes on the track. Like, you just want to fucking go.
Yeah.
You just want to get there.
It's the best, man. I'm so fucking G'd for GP this year.
Mm.
Fuck. It's the
I'm
best
so
weekend.
keen.
It's better than Christmas, man.
It is better.
Yeah,
than
it is.
Christmas.
It's
the
like Christmas
It's the
to me.
best. It is. Yeah, it's the best week of the year. Fuck. Anyway, something to look forward to.
Yeah, that's
Definitely.
it.
Less than 3 months away. I think it's a little bit earlier this year. I think it's the 18th of.
I think so.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Fuck.
We wanted to normally. Oh, the 22nd. Yeah, so it's nearly exactly 3 months.
Let's go.
Cannot wait.
Yeah, we're gonna it's gonna be good, Daniel.
Fuck yeah.
What's next on the agenda, Daniel?
James, what do we got in the world of
Yes.
Supercross and motocross?
So standard as usual. Washougal on the weekends, probably one of my favorite tracks. Go to like a little pine area, pine forest. You get a lot of weird crashes in that MX because it's in and out of shadows.
That's cool.
So it's not so open.
Yeah.
So people lose their lines. It happened to Hunter Lawrence as well on the weekend. But fucking sick racing. One of the OG tracks.
Yep.
Awesome, like almost like a whoop section going into the last finish line. But anyway, getting down to it, Jet Lawrence 1-1 again. 16-0.
God.
That's fucked.
But yeah, Chase Sexton's been having a mad crack.
Yeah, right on.
And last few races. but he just crashes. I don't know if it's just getting, dragged out to deep waters and that's it. But
He's just got to push so hard, it sounds like.
yeah, well, that's it. So
Can I ask a question about the tracks, the supercross tracks? Motocross tracks, sorry. Are they in action all the time?
Yeah.
Or do they just build them for events?
Something like Loretta Lynn's. They do a lot of the amateur racing through there. I think that's only once or twice a year.
Yeah.
And it actually starts off like a green track.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then like something like Glen Helen or Washougal or whatever, they'll do like standard events.
Yeah.
Even in Australia, there's some tracks I think out like Appin Way and a few other ones where they'll only use it just for like the fucking Aussie motocross dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
So there is a bit of both, but I'm sure with America, like their market's so big that there'll always be in use. There'll always be amateur racing or club races or whatever.
Or probably just freaking track days.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't know how it would work, but it's pretty cool.
And there was a few 2-strokes out, I think, this weekend as well.
I think so. Yeah, the YZ guy.
That's mad.
Yeah, fuck 2-stroke. There's always a few guys that do that. It's fucking dope seeing 2-strokes again though. I miss it. I fucking miss it. And then you had Hayden Deegan have a fucking sick. He went 1-1 at in the 250s.
Yeah.
And
So Hunter crashed, did he?
Nah, he went 2-4. Got third
okay.
overall.
Okay.
I think he's had a bad start in one of them. So, but yeah, like Hayden Deegan was just untouchable. It was his first 1-1. But his post-race interview, we'll get it up in a sec, is the fucking bomb. It's such a you can't like get away with like saying something like this, really anywhere else in like any other sport. If you just drop this one name.
Oh man, I've been watching too much David Goggins and Andrew Tate. Those last few laps, I'm putting my heart into this thing, baby. And man, it's nerve-wracking, and I'm sure it's nerve-wracking for Hunter too. He's supposed to be winning these things, and I'm glad I could put the American up front for all the fans.
Congratulations, great
What
job.
a fucking mad.
So
dog.
what's he mean by Hunter's supposed to be winning all these things?
Well, firstly, he goes, I've been watching too much Andrew Tate,
Yeah.
which would fucking roll anyone up.
Yeah.
And then I've probably just a small jab at Hunter as well for.
I like that though.
Yeah, I like it as well. It's cool, even though we're big Aussie fans. But it's good.
So
for the
they
sport.
like him or they don't like him?
Who?
The Americans, do they like the boys or not like the boys? Or are they just like...
Oh, they'd rather an American win,
Yeah,
Americans
of
fight.
course.
So, but it's good. It's a good little rivalry that they have, and then they're going to have with Jet as well.
It'll be sick once they're all together. But yeah, imagine in any other code if he had said that, he would have lost his ride, his sponsorship.
Everything.
Yeah.
But
it shouldn't be like that though. That's that's why we've lost personalities.
Yeah, you
in
should,
sport.
I think that's the good thing about the MX side of things. They're just free and open, honest. Like say it how it is and how it should be. So
Yeah.
probably a lot of American motorsport as well. I think NASCAR's pretty open like that from what I've seen.
Yeah. They still have
which is cool.
punch-ons
Yeah.
that's mad.
when they get out of the cars. Like imagine that in F1s. You'd be banned for like the rest of the year if that happened.
Oh man.
Oh,
sure.
freaking Vinales and Pecco did it.
Yeah.
They had a big cry about it.
Yeah, and I like to apologise. Yeah, they don't give a fuck.
true.
NASCAR drivers. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
You said NHL where they go full take off the gear,
Drop the gloves.
drop the gloves. Everyone like stops and like watches. It's
Yeah,
just-
they're
like
allowed
a
to
part
punch
of the
on.
sport.
Yeah.
it's so weird that it's so weird for Aussies to be like, what the fuck? Imagine that AFL, everyone stops and like looks at it like, yep, they're about to fight. And they're like, watches the fight. It's such a weird sport.
And all we can do is just jumper punches.
Yeah.
Weak.
Can't even do that. Can't even bump anymore in fucking AFL.
Yeah, that's true. It's fucking intense
That's for the
shit.
footy pod.
Yeah, getting off track.
Yeah,
that's
crazy.
funny.
So what's the standings now in that class then with Deegan and Lawrence? That'd be tight.
I think Hunter still has the points lead.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but I think Hunter still has the points lead, and obviously Jet's fucking doing his thing. But
Yeah, he's smashing it.
yeah.
Well, that'll be a good one to keep an eye on anyway to shape up real nicely by the sounds of things.
Yeah, it's good. It's just hard to find and watch
I know.
all the motocross stuff out here. It's fucked. They need to sort something out.
Definitely.
I reckon they'll have the viewership if it was, on free to air and stuff.
Yeah, or
Sure.
just put on KO. People more than happy enough these days to even just pay for KO. So
Yeah.
just do something.
Throw it up there.
Even the Supercross is on it. They have the World Supercross. Have you guys seen that? So it's ran by I think it's ran by Dorna or something along those lines.
Okay.
And it's basically like your MotoGP, MXGP, but for Supercross.
Okay.
So they go to like France, Melbourne. I think there's an Indonesian one they're looking to do. There's supposed to be like 15 races, but they've put it on so quick. Last year they only had like 6 races or 5 races.
Yeah, okay.
And it's the same thing this year where, I don't know, and they need to take it to the next step because England as well. But if they don't do that, then it's just gonna fall.
So is that more like
Yeah.
indoor events and stuff?
Yeah, it's a Supercross, so it's in like
Like a Rod Laver Arena.
Rod Laver's too small.
Oh yeah,
That's
Marvel,
like Marvel.
Yeah. We went.
Yeah,
there,
we went to one before.
But that was it. Marvel, was it?
Yeah, it was Marvel. That was
yeah.
really good.
That was really cool.
And they do put on like a really good event. Chad Reed got done. He had a hot mic on, so everyone could still hear him. And they were working out the points, and there was like some confusion of who actually won the round. And Chad Reed didn't realize he had a hot mic on. He's like, even they don't fucking know who's won the race.
Oh,
They
no
had
way.
telecasters through the whole thing.
Oh no! So it's like an amateur hour.
A little bit. Like, they need to sort their shit out. Because it's got really good potential. Like, Ken Roxon's racing it. I think he won it. Eli Tomac ran around. But they're paying big money as well to get these boys over.
Yeah, right on.
Not just racing the American series. But yeah, that's your motocross update anyway.
Yeah, nice. Thank you, James.
Thanks, mate.
Good work.
Thanks,
A
buddy.
bit more riveting than the Supercross talk.
Superbike.
What the fuck's going on with ya? It was a fucking salami.
It was a salami, I think. Yeah. I couldn't even jab ya.
No.
Bloody hell! It's an Italian force. Got me going. Mi chiamo.
Something about that. I'm not going to continue with that, actually.
Oh shit!
Oh,
Cappuccinos.
fuck, that's funny.
Cappuccinos.
Not after 12 o'clock.
No. What else, boys?
Speaking about NASCAR, Danica, what's her name? Danica Patrick?
Oh,
She was doing
I
the...
don't know about that.
Well, what's your thoughts?
Well, I mean, she was okay, but like, yeah, fine. Let her do Coda and let her do Miami, but why is she at
Hungary?
Why is she Hungary? Why is she at the Hungaroring? I just don't get that.
So this is my like theory. The British make the best commentators.
They do.
Yep.
They make the best commentators, but when it comes to like, whenever I hear like an American talking, this is gonna sound so fucking hypocritical coming from like an Australian.
Yeah, well, we always sound dumb as shit.
Yeah, we sound so fucking dumb.
Yeah.
So don't worry, Americans.
Yeah.
But like when I hear like an American say like Max Verstappen, I'm like, oh fuck, this guy knows what he's
puts
talking
you off.
about.
Down
Yeah,
straight away.
yeah. Oh, it's so bad, so dumb. But we're the same. We sound like stupid.
You got to remember, Sky fired Paul di Resta.
Did he?
They,
Oh yeah.
And they fired another. I can't think of his name. And then they got her. Like, just don't get it. Johnny Herbert
Must be a Liberty Media thing.
has to be.
Yeah, that's
You
a
know?
great call, actually.
Great call.
Makes sense.
Yeah, put the Americans in
But-
there.
But Liberty Media don't have nothing to do with Sky though.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. Oh yeah, they would if they're doing the rights to the television. There would have to be something there.
Yeah, there would be.
Yeah.
There's a few different TV coverages though.
But the British always do it the best. Like all
Yeah,
their commentary, Formula One, MotoGP.
Yeah,
Even when
are
they
good.
change over commentators, like when they went from Nick Harris and MotoGP to Steve Day and Matt Burt, whoever it is now, like, they're really amazing.
Yeah, they are good.
You know, and the guys and
I do miss Nick Harris. So
Yeah.
I've said that.
The GOAT.
Oh, his voice when you hear it just brings you back to Rossi winning.
Yeah.
yeah, it does. It does. Yeah.
Those days, like when Rossi was just dominating. That's what gets me going.
You kind of just think about him automatically too. Like, sometimes I'm watching the racing and just play his fucking voice in my head. Like,
I know what you mean.
you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it'd be awesome to see him back there.
So yeah, it was interesting seeing. I don't know, like yeah, and like no hate to the American. We get a lot of hate from the Americans for bagging NASCAR. So
Oh, bad.
I like NASCAR. It's just,
yeah, I like NASCAR
I
as
mean,
well.
all we said was it's not as popular as it used to be.
What would we know?
No, exactly.
Yeah.
We just tell it how it see it. We don't write the facts. We read the facts.
I did have to
Clip
laugh.
that.
When I seen her pop up on TV, I had to laugh. Obviously, we make a few South Park references in that episode.
You
there.
do, not us.
I do. But yeah, I just thought back to that episode where Cartman drives in NASCAR.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
full flipping her off and all that.
I mean,
Danica Patrick.
an Australian went Ben Gisborne went to NASCAR, won his first race. I mean, seriously, can't be that
Yeah,
good.
because they fucking turned right.
left.
Oh, left.
Yeah, that's funny.
Man,
Fucking hell. That's so funny.
unbelievable.
What a laugh.
Yeah, crazy.
And another interesting thing I picked up, this is like such a my mind thing to pick up though, that no one else is going to understand. Daniel will understand. The helmets that the F1 teams use
Yeah.
for the pit stops.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you've got like Ferrari that have like all these like, you know, fancy technical drop down visor stuff. I think McLaren and shit's got that as well. And then you look at the Alpine team and it's just got fucking Alpine Stars motocross helmets you can buy off the shelf at
Yeah.
fucking AMX.
Really?
With goggles. So I'm like, surely that's impeding your vision.
Interesting.
It would. Yeah, it would.
Like
surely.
your peripheral vision and all that.
But they're not. They don't really need peripherals, really. They're just looking
It's-
they're going straight for the tire.
But still,
I know what you're saying. You
something,
got to worry about the guy
something
coming
fucks
over
up.
the thing.
It's they wear goggles, don't they?
James, that is an unbelievably interesting point you make.
Well, I think Red Bull run HJCs.
I don't know if
Yeah, they do.
I don't know if you're being funny or not.
No, I'm being dead serious.
Okay, cool.
I am being dead serious.
Because
I've never even taken fucking one notice of that in my life.
it was like half my thoughts through the whole race in Hungary.
Worried about the
He's
helmets.
got
of the
some
big thing.
fucking ADHD.
You should talk about misses, man. It's fucked. I tried watching Oppenheimer. Went for 2.5 hours. But I was ready to walk out after an hour and a half. I couldn't fucking sit there any longer.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was alright. It was overrated, I reckon. This is for our Movie Republica podcast, but the scene when the bomb went off was fucking unreal. It was
Yeah,
amazing.
okay.
It was so well
Apparently,
done.
you have to see it in IMAX to get a real.
Yeah, Curtis, I think you're watching it in IMAX. Let us know. Clip that in. Clip in the whole movie. I actually think he is watching it, but
Typical Curtis finds the best of the best. That's why how he found us.
Only the best for the best.
so yeah, they do wear goggles. Man, that one must impede.
Yeah, it's a great point.
When we go motocross riding, it's not like even if you wear like a road helmet, you've got a whole lot more vision than what you do
course.
with.
Well, it didn't really help when they both DNF'd to the first corner.
Yeah, that's right. 2 weekends in a row as well.
I know that's really bad for them
That's shocking.
because
Yeah,
they're a big team.
Yeah, surely
massive team.
surely they can spend more money on some better helmets.
There's got to be more to it though, Jim. Can you do some?
I don't think there is.
Can you do some more research
It's
over
just-
the next week about that for us and give us an update?
Yeah, I actually will. I'm
Thank you.
interested. Like, surely there's a safety.
Were the Ferrari lenses tinted?
Yeah. Maybe they need fucking clear or something because they can't see what the fuck they're doing.
Oh, it's not those boys' fault. It's the boys in the back on
the
the
guys behind the freaking.
bloody pit lane thing.
That's nuts.
We should talk about F1 because we sort of brushed over that quite quickly at the start of the ep. So, did you guys have any good points from the race?
I had a good one. I thought Aston Martin was sort of nowhere, and they were struggling.
Yeah,
They're really starting to drop off the pace
Yeah, they are.
from what I can see.
just nowhere pace.
Yeah, it's
Like just
they're there.
yeah,
they're
they're
kind of there. Like
they're or
that's it,
thereabouts.
as we
Yeah,
can see, McLaren's obviously leapfrogged them
Yeah.
massively.
Fuck
massively. So I think you could almost say Aston's sort of similar to the Ferrari now.
Mm.
So they're not even on the same level as the Merc or the McLaren.
That's a shame with Alonso.
I know he started so strong, but yeah, they just
Yeah, it's interesting.
there was no excitement from them the last couple of rounds.
No.
That shows how much, how important it is having those upgrades mid-season.
Of course.
yeah.
Because it can really just derail your whole
But how
season.
was McLaren? Like they've gone from they were 18th and 19th in some
I know.
races at the start of the season.
That's
like,
right.
How massive? How it all just works, and it works on two completely different tracks. It worked at Silverstone, which is all fast speed corners, and worked at the Hungary, which is all slow speed twisty corners. So yeah, we'll see how they go at Spa. Is a whole different track again.
Yeah, different ball game.
Long straights.
Yeah.
So I mean, Red Bull's just going to
it's
fucking absolutely dominate. Again.
Domination.
We'll get to the tips soon though, but.
Great. And it has like 2 different weather zones in that track.
Yeah, it
as
does
well.
too.
That's
Yeah,
when you know
good
it's
point.
a good track.
Yeah, you would think that they'd. Geez, you'd almost think Red Bull would take out the rest of the season, wouldn't you? In wins, and just add.
I
to
can't see him losing anywhere.
add to that that tally of 12 in a row.
Fucking oath, man.
Unlucky 13 coming up, I reckon.
You reckon?
In Spa.
Yeah.
Jeez. That's a
big
Tommy.
call. That's a crystal
Tommy,
ball.
That's a Tommy crystal ball.
No, I'm just kidding.
He doesn't want to put the pressure on himself.
Yeah, that's right.
That's not my crystal ball. No, the first.
No,
crystal...
you can have many crystal balls. You can
Yeah,
have
that's right.
2 big shiny crystal balls.
The best kind.
Oh goodness.
Just make sure to get them polished every now and then.
Empty him out.
I think Ferrari is going to go well this weekend.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
What makes you say that?
Don't know.
Just a crystal ball.
Crystal ball.
I had faith in them this week, but I was obviously nowhere with that. So I'm sort of ruling them out from now on.
Yeah, so am I.
Unless something changes.
Yeah.
Like, again, we've seen them go back and forth with the strategy. You know, we touched on it earlier, but, you know, too much. Like, if the team says something, that's it. Like,
Yeah, I know. The F1, interesting with Belgium and Monza. They're the 2 high-speed tracks for the season, and they usually have their low downforce spec cars.
yeah,
So it always throws up a bit of a different result. So it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah.
fair.
And I reckon just all the best tracks do that, though.
Yeah.
You know, always can throw up something a bit different.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, not just your standard fucking
Well,
Qatar.
a few years ago, I remember Giancarlo Fisichella, your boy.
The big dog.
More than a few years ago, I should say, like 10 years ago.
It's like 10,
That's-
15 years
that's-
ago. Yeah.
I think it was
For a decade.
2012 maybe, and he was on pole and then finished second.
Yep.
Then I think Massa got injured at the Hungarian, got hit in the face.
Oh, yep.
And then because he was going so well, he replaced him and went on and raced for Ferrari to the end of the year. So because it threw up a weird result, and he came he came second. So interesting how
shit.
quick things can change.
That was crazy incident with that getting hit in the face.
Yeah.
Like a spring or something, was it? Was it a spring?
Yeah, something like that. Something real weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, that's so dangerous. Fuck.
Mm.
Another thing I picked up on was
2009, I think it was actually.
there you go.
Mm.
Credit to Terry Crews and Michael Strahan being interviewed by Martin Brundle on the grid and actually knowing what was
They were
going on.
both awesome, weren't
Amazing.
they?
Amazing. I even like the peck pops from Terry
How good is
Crews.
he?
He's a
I was
mad
like,
dog.
When he turned around, like, that's fucking Terry
Yeah.
Crews. And they knew Martin's name.
Yeah.
They must get briefed these days, surely.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
You'd think so.
Well, he was there with like McLaren or something like that, but
Yeah.
it was cool. It's good to see. Cara Delevingne, take note.
Yeah. Take note. Yeah.
I reckon Terry Crews could lift one of those cars while the boys just do the pit stop. Seriously.
He's so jacked.
He's huge.
Dude's like 50 something and jacked.
And the other bloke, who was the other guy? The NFL
Michael
player?
Strahan,
Yeah.
yeah.
He's an older guy, though. He's retired.
Yeah, he played for the Giants
Yeah.
back like
Big
in
guy.
07. I think he won the Super Bowl.
I love the Martin grid walk. It's so good.
It's the fucking best.
amazing.
Yeah.
It's
I love
so
it. He goes
funny.
like, and he goes, oh, and the national anthem. The national anthem starts playing, and then, yeah.
Quirky guy.
Yeah.
It's good, but it's good for sport.
No, we love it. Yeah, there wasn't much else. I mean, I had a little read of an article where Toto claims that the Merc had the second quickest car. But yeah, obviously wants to be in that spot where Red Bull are, just being able to punch in lap after lap and in a sort of good space. Yeah, that's what they're sort of aiming towards.
Man,
from what he's saying.
the end of the race when the Mercs were on that light fuel load, they
were
just
flying.
both
Yeah,
came
they were.
alive, didn't they? Like it's happened in Q3 with Hamilton. They just came alive. Those softer compound tires with the low fuel loads,
Really worked for him.
massively.
Really worked for him. I like how Horner goes, Max slipped a bit and probably could have taken pole, and then Nico Rosberg went and batted for Lewis, and he's like, Lewis also had a few moments too, mate. Like,
Yeah,
it wasn't just you.
it was an amazing lap by Hamilton.
It was.
Like, that's big for
It was
you to
solid.
say.
Yeah, that was a Hamilton magic, pull it out of the bag sort of moment.
Yeah.
But you know, the points are on Sunday, so
Most poles at a single track by any driver.
yeah, nine pole positions.
Coming into race day, though, I always feel like, and it probably has a lot to do. It's actually probably both, to be honest. But Verstappen always just seems to get a lot more life out of his tires than
Yeah.
anyone else.
I mean, it's easier when you're not following anyone as well.
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
point.
That's the other thing.
Fuck, it's such an advantage though, just being at the front there,
Yeah.
isn't it? Yeah, shit.
Well, it's almost very similar to like Pecco. It just builds up into his weekend, as you guys have touched on
Yeah.
so many times.
Yeah.
You just build, and then come Sunday, like that's it.
Yeah.
just leave everyone else behind.
But I don't really remember MotoGP riders really being fast from the get-go, though, to be honest, and then dominating all of practice. Normally, they normally do seem to, like the good ones,
Climb into it.
Yeah. Not crash on Friday.
Yeah, or they find the limit on Friday, and then that's when they know it is, and then they build up
They'll
from
dial
there.
it in.
Did we see they changed the MotoGP qualifying format?
Yes.
Have we spoken about that?
No.
Oh shit!
How did we miss that?
So what did we guys think about that?
I don't mind it.
Can we get that?
I like it.
Can we get that up? Because
So-
I can't really.
So practice
I remember,
one
but I don't.
has nothing to do with qualifying.
Yeah.
It's only practice two. So practice two is where you get into the qualifying session. Practice three is for race pace. And then there's no practice four anymore, obviously.
Give us a click.
No, that's Q1, Q2. Let me have a quick squiz. It might be. There we go.
Yeah, Friday morning, isn't it?
Yep. So there's a photo of it, and
Bruh.
we'll get Curtis to clip it in.
Yeah. So yeah, so free practice one, just nothing to do with the qualifying.
Yeah, it's just a practice.
So it's just practice two is going to be the qualifying to get into it.
Yeah.
And then practice three, race pace.
So they're actually calling the qualifying session
Correct.
They're calling it practice.
Yeah.
Yes. So it's practice one, practice two on the Saturday, and then it's just called practice.
Practice in the middle.
Which is fucking stupid.
Yeah.
It's so confusing.
Call it something.
I know.
Yeah.
Fuck, it's so dumb.
Call it quali practice.
Yeah,
that's
right.
what they should call it. Which I'm sure the commentators will.
Yeah.
And then practice two on the Saturday morning, then Q1,
Yeah.
Q2 sprint race. Cool.
I like the change up. I think
Yeah,
it'll be
I think it's
interesting.
better.
I
It'd be much
reckon. I think that it would have been fine if they left practice one as a qualifying session, though.
Yeah.
Which was
I don't think it was broken. Like
no.
they could have just left it, and then I don't think it's like.
I think it's just good for the teams to then just develop new parts.
Yeah.
Try new parts.
Yeah.
In Q1.
I think that's what it's all
Yeah.
about at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But it was one of those things. It's like
How good's
didn't
practice
have
two? How good's practice
gonna be
gonna be?
man.
So it's an hour session, and they're all doing quali runs.
They're just gonna slap in lap times.
Yeah.
That's
that'd
gonna be
dope.
insane. I think you'll find that after the first few, they'll end up working out a way to make it.
Well, they'll probably still try and, if the weather's consistent, that practice, whatever the fuck they're calling it, they'll, if it's an hour, 40 minutes of it's just going to be still
Free practice.
punching in lap times, and then
It's
last
essentially going to
15
be the
minutes.
same. It's just going to be a longer version.
Yeah.
It's not really going to change everything much at all.
No, you wouldn't even really know. If,
Yeah.
You won't notice.
if you don't have a keen eye, you wouldn't
It'll be the
notice.
last 10 minutes of the session that's going to be the most important.
Yeah, it'll be where it's at.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't. Yeah, I highly doubt you're going to get someone coming out on, softs trying to punch in a lap at the 60th minute mark.
Yeah, that's
Like the
right.
first minute, sorry.
Yeah, exactly. No fucking chance.
Be interesting to see if there's some weather around on like that afternoon.
That's where it'd be cool.
Yeah.
If you almost like a flag to flag qualifying time
Yeah,
practice session.
good point.
That'd be.
Well, they do have to go straight out and punch out some laps.
Yeah.
That's where it becomes very interesting.
Well, that's cool for Silverstone because it's a bit like that.
Yep.
Phillip Island.
Phillip Island.
Yeah.
Yep. Always throws up something.
So it's
different
next year, from next year.
From next year.
Not
Oh, I
starting.
thought it was from Silverstone. I probably obviously read it
No,
completely
I
wrong.
think it's from
Next year. Yeah,
from
right.
next year.
Fuck. Interesting. But that is cool. It's gonna be a good new format. Well, they need to do something about the development, man. It's going crazy. It's too much.
Strip the wings back.
Yeah, they need to do something.
we
They've done
always
it
say.
before. Like they put all the bikes to the same ECU.
Yeah.
So they have stripped it back before, and it worked out amazingly.
I did. It did work out amazingly.
They got to figure something out again. The bikes look shit. I don't like it.
All right, tips, boys. What do you reckon?
Spa.
Francorchamps.
Max.
Maximilian.
Maximilian. Yep. Super Max. I reckon this is a confidence boost Checo needed. So I'm going to pop him back up there. And I'm going to throw Lando in to continue this golden run. Solid run with these upgrades. I think he's been racing awesome. We see they got the 1 lap pace. I wouldn't be surprised if he puts it on pole.
Interesting.
Fuck, he copied me, so I'm gonna stick with Red Bull 1-2. Verstappen, Perez, and fuck, I'm gonna be boring. I'm just gonna go Hamilton for third. Safe bet.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Verstappen.
There's a lot riding on this is Tommy's crystal ball.
Yep.
Perez, and Leclerc for third. My crystal ball, Alex Albon top 6.
Oh, that's cool. I like
That's
that.
cool. How do you think Piastri's going to go? With the Piastri.
Oh, who knows? I mean, like I'm poo-pooing them a bit.
I reckon you have
McLaren.
I reckon you have
We'll have a solid race,
quali, for
Yeah.
sure. You have another solid quali.
Lando Norris is a star, man. He's so good.
Yeah, he is a star. And it would be good to see him then develop that McLaren.
I just think that
You know,
their top
and win on
speed's
it.
probably not as good as the Ferraris. That's there's no facts in that. That's how I feel.
That's your thoughts.
That's my crystal ball.
No, interesting. Yeah, I think look, Piastri will go alright in qualies. I don't know how he'll go, especially with Merck. I think you'll probably see him around that sort of 6 to 7 mark.
Yeah.
There or thereabouts.
Yeah.
Hopefully Alpine can pull something out, qualify somewhere half decent, and
Not crash
put
it.
in
Yeah, I
those
think
results,
Alpine's gonna have a good round. I've got a good feeling.
not take each other out.
Mm.
Sainz will have a stinker. That's my crystal ball.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I think he'll struggle.
Danny Rick to get ahead of Tsunoda again.
Yeah.
2 races in a row.
Yeah,
Quali and race.
Yeah.
easily.
Heard it here
He's
first.
yawning.
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
Let's wrap it up. Thanks, guys.
See you.
See you next week.
Bye.